Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep today.
Into those eyes wide shut moments.
Oh, yeah.
When we see red flags, but just kind of like sweep them under the rug.
Huh?
We've got some great sources for this one.
Okay, cool.
A little bit of psychology, biblical parallels, even
Terrific.
Samson and Delilah, you know.
Oh, right.
The strong guy.
Yeah.
Fell for the wrong woman, made some bad choices.
Classic
story.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Clarence Stowers Leadership Podcast, a podcast about becoming 1% better every day. And now your host, yours truly, Clarence Stowers. Welcome back to another episode of the Clarence Stowers Leadership Podcast. Today, we're tackling a profoundly personal and universally relatable topic: the tendency to see warning signs in our lives but choose to ignore them. We're calling this episode Eyes Wide Shut. It's all about confronting uncomfortable truths and learning to align our decisions with God's guidance for a fulfilling and purposeful life. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where, deep down, you knew something wasn't right? Maybe it was a friendship that started to feel draining, a job that no longer sparked your passion, or even a nagging health concern you kept pushing to the back of your mind. We've all experienced that feeling of knowing, yet choosing not to acknowledge what's right in front of us entirely. This episode is about facing those moments head on. We'll explore the paradox of eyes wide shut, that strange ability we have to be aware of a problem, but actively avoid confronting it. We'll use the powerful metaphor of walking through a familiar room with our eyes half closed, seeing the outlines but not genuinely absorbing the details. To help us understand this tendency, we'll look at Samson and Delilah's story. Samson, a man of incredible strength, repeatedly ignored the clear warning signs in his relationship with Delilah and ultimately suffered the consequences. We'll also consider other biblical examples like Jonah, who ran from God's call and ended up in a challenging situation. But this isn't just about ancient stories. We'll examine how eyes wide shut plays out in our everyday lives, looking at toxic friendships, unfulfilling jobs, and even those health concerns we tend to brush aside. We'll learn why ignoring the truth doesn't make it go away. It simply delays the inevitable confrontation and often makes the consequences even more challenging to bear. More importantly, we'll equip you with practical steps to open your eyes to God's guidance. We'll discuss the importance of prayer, seeking wise counsel from trusted friends and mentors, and aligning your decisions with biblical teachings. We'll uncover the keys to breaking free from the cycle of avoidance and stepping into a life of greater peace, purpose, and alignment with God's will. This episode is for you if you're ready to stop walking through life with your eyes half closed and start embracing the truth that leads to fundamental transformation. Get ready to open your eyes and let's dive in. Find a comfortable space, something to write with, something to write on. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and let's lean in. I'll see you on the inside.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep today.
Into those eyes wide shut moments.
Oh, yeah.
When we see red flags, but just kind of like sweep them under the rug.
Huh?
We've got some great sources for this one.
Okay, cool.
A little bit of psychology, biblical parallels, even Samson and Delilah,
Oh, right.
The strong guy.
Yeah.
Fell for the wrong woman, made some bad choices.
Classic
Story.
Yeah.
And then we've got some practical advice from Clarence Stowers.
Okay.
He's a motivational speaker, blogger.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, so this is going to be a good one.
Looking forward to it.
It's crazy how often we do this, right?
It really is.
Almost like
Selective vision.
that's the term Clarence uses.
Yeah.
We see the warning signs, but we don't really process them.
Right.
It's like that feeling you get when you know something's off.
You just push it away.
You push it down, yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we do that?
That's a good question. Is it just about avoiding being uncomfortable?
I think it's got to be more than that.
Oh,
Our
wow.
brains have these things
Oh, boy.
called cognitive biases.
Cognitive what?
Biases, they're like mental shortcuts.
Okay.
And sometimes they mess us up.
Okay, so, give me an example.
That confirmation bias
Okay.
makes us favor information that just fits with what we already believe.
Even if it's wrong.
Even if it's wrong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like when you really want to believe somebody's trustworthy, so
Wow.
you just ignore any signs that they're not.
Right. No. They're good. They're good.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Uh-huh.
And then there's also the fear of the unknown, too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Change can be really scary.
Yeah, even when staying put is like the worst thing for you.
The worst option. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes history can give us a new way of looking at things.
Mm-hmm.
Like Samson and Delilah.
Okay.
You might not be a Bible scholar,
Not really.
but it's a classic story.
About.
Ignoring warning signs, basically.
Right.
Samson, strong guy, super strong.
Yeah, I know this story.
Repeatedly warned about Delilah.
Oh, she was trouble.
Big trouble, Philistine woman.
Right.
And get this, her name literally means to weaken. Oh, wow.
That's a big red flag right there.
Talk about a red flag.
Yeah.
But he falls for her anyway.
He did.
And she ends up,
Betraying him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
leading to his capture.
The downfall of Samson.
The setting's important, too.
Okay.
Gaza.
Philistine city.
Yeah, where it all went down.
Dangerous place.
Dangerous place, yeah.
For the Israelites. Like Samson.
Was it Samson?
Yeah.
Archaeologists have found a lot about that time.
So they know a lot about,
The conflicts.
Yeah, the tension.
Yeah.
So knowing all that.
It makes you wonder.
And it makes his choices even more confusing.
Yeah, why risk it all for someone so dangerous?
It's like maybe his pride got in the way. Thinking he was so strong.
Blinded him to the danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like sometimes our strength can be our weaknesses.
Yeah, if we let them, yeah.
If we let them.
If they cloud our judgment.
It's like those Delilahs in our own lives.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's a toxic friendship that you just can't quit. Or a job that's just sucking the life out of you.
But you're too scared to leave.
Yeah, or you're just afraid to make that change.
It's hard.
We've all got them.
Yeah, those temptations to ignore the signs.
Mm-hmm.
But there's another layer to this.
Okay.
Like ignoring the warnings?
Yeah.
Almost like ignoring God's guidance.
Oh, wow.
We have this sermon transcript that goes into that.
Interesting.
Yeah, the pastor really digs deep.
So in that context, it's like ignoring the red flags is like straying from a good path.
Yeah, the right path.
A righteous path.
A path that God has for us.
Wow.
Yeah, and the fascinating thing is,
What's that?
this isn't just some like abstract idea.
Oh, really?
No, it shows up in our lives.
You're saying it's like...
Yeah, in real ways. The sermon gives some powerful examples. Uses really vivid language.
Like what?
Like imagine staying in a job that's just killing you.
Yeah.
Day after day, you feel this like lingering pain.
Up in there.
Or how about a relationship where the thrill is just gone?
Oof.
These are pretty clear signs, right?
That something needs to change.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about health stuff too, right? Like things we just ignore.
Yeah.
The sermon uses this image of just wanting to drink some castor oil.
Oh, wow.
To make the problem go away.
Instead of actually facing it?
Yeah.
That's a powerful way to put it.
It is.
But the good news is...
There's good news.
Yeah, we don't have to stay stuck.
Oh?
Clarence Stowers gives us some advice.
He does.
Yeah, on how to break free.
In his blog?
In his blog, lays out these steps.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Clear steps.
They're not too complicated, are they?
No.
Like, what does he say?
Seek clarity.
Okay.
Get some good advice from people you trust.
Wise counsel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust your instinct and take action.
Those sound pretty simple.
They do.
But are they easy?
Well, each step is powerful.
Okay.
Like seeking clarity, that takes some real honesty.
Yeah.
Asking tough questions.
Maybe having those conversations you've been avoiding.
Exactly. Getting real with yourself.
That's tough.
It is.
And then the wise counsel thing.
Yeah, we all have people we can turn to.
Friends, family.
Mentors.
Yeah, people who can give us another point of view.
Sometimes talking it out helps see things in a new light.
And then there's trusting your gut.
That inner voice, yeah.
It's like they say,
What's that?
hindsight is 20/20.
Oh, yeah.
So many times I had a feeling, but I just ignored it.
Happens to all of us.
But facing those tough truths, acknowledging those red flags,
Yeah.
it's not just about avoiding bad stuff.
No, it's not.
It's about opening ourselves up to new stuff, too.
Exactly. New possibilities.
It's like cleaning out a room.
Okay.
It's a lot of work.
It can be.
But then you get rid of all the junk, and you have space for something new,
I like that.
something good.
Yeah, it's about living a more authentic life.
Okay.
A life that feels right.
It could be really hard, though,
It can.
but it's also freeing.
It is so free.
It takes courage to face the stuff we've been hiding from.
It does, but the rewards,
Are worth it.
they can be huge.
It's like you're breaking free
Breaking free, yeah.
from chains that were holding you back.
You can finally breathe.
See things clearly. Move on.
With a purpose.
Have you ever had that happen?
Mm.
Like facing a truth
Uh-huh.
led you to something better?
Definitely, yeah.
Tell me about it.
I remember this one job I had.
Okay.
Just wasn't the right fit.
Uh-huh.
Stayed way too long.
Ignoring the signs.
All the signs.
Wow.
But I finally left. Best decision I ever made.
That's so good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds us
I get
that
it.
we have a choice,
We do.
even when it's scary.
We can choose a new path.
And it's not about being perfect.
Yep.
Right.
It's not about being perfect. No.
It's about having the courage
right.
to see clearly,
To make choices.
make
This
choices
is good for us.
that align with like our values.
Yeah, our values.
Our faith.
All that good stuff.
It's about being true to ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Living a good life.
Yeah. A life that feels right.
A meaningful life.
A life with purpose.
So as we wrap up this whole Eyes Wide Shut,
Okay.
I'm going to leave you with a question.
Okay, shoot.
What truth have you been avoiding?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It could be big, it could be small.
Yeah.
But what's that one thing you're kind of shoving down?
That you don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
We all have those.
But what's one tiny step
tiny step?
you can take today
It's just one thing.
to acknowledge it
Okay.
and maybe open yourself up to something better?
Open a new door.
It's not about beating yourself up over the past.
No.
It's about seeing those patterns
Uh-huh.
and making a change.
Making a choice, yeah.
Sometimes that one small step
Is all it takes.
yeah, it can make all the difference.
It could be journaling,
Yeah.
talking to a friend,
A good friend.
or just sitting quietly for a few minutes.
Yeah, just to think.
It's like snapping yourself out of it.
Out of that autopilot mode.
You know when you're driving
Oh, yeah.
and you suddenly realize you haven't been paying attention.
Totally.
Where am I?
How did I get here?
You're on autopilot.
Yeah.
Taking that small step is like,
Waking up.
yeah, becoming more present.
More intentional.
And you're not alone in this, right?
Right? At all. We all been there.
We all ignore those warning signs sometimes.
Big and small.
The key is to learn from it.
And keep going.
Keep growing.
With a little more wisdom each time.
Like we're all detectives
I like that.
in our own lives.
Yeah.
Gathering clues, trying to figure things out.
Looking for those red flags.
And those red flags,
Those warming signs.
they're not there to scare us.
No.
They're there to like wake us up.
Yeah. To pay attention.
Choose a better path.
To a better life.
A path to more peace, more purpose,
More joy.
all that good stuff.
All the good stuff. Yeah.
So as we finish up here,
Okay.
I want you to remember you have the power
We all do.
to see clearly
To make good choices.
and to build a life that feels right.
A life that's true to you.
It's a journey,
It is a journey.
not a destination.
There'll be bumps in the road.
But keep learning
Keep growing.
and keep those eyes open.
Wide open.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Always a pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring.
You've been listening to the Clarence Stowers Leadership Podcast. Join us next time for more insights on becoming 1% better each day and leveling up in all areas of life.